Hey, this is a recorded session from Twitch. It will be a very long video, about 2 hours, and to help you to jump directly to the part that interests you, I put timestamp in the description just down below. If you want to know exactly what I'm streaming, go visit twitch.tv/fbucheros. But for now, let's watch this session. The mic is on. We're live. Welcome to the stream. I'm Frank Boucher, and for the next 2 hours, 2 hours and a half, kind of, we'll be having fun in the cloud, working on the Azure URL Shortener. My voice was should fix that. And I already spoke a lot today, so I don't know what happened here. So yeah, so we'll be working on the Azure URL Shortener. What I want to do today is we still have some duck to improve, but I think one thing that will be very nice is having some kind of one deployment to deploy everything, or having the choice. So for the first comer, welcome. Let's do a little tour of the tool. So we'll go here, we'll share the screen, we'll just like that. I should go share it so you could see it, since we're not yet in full mode. Oh, I should zoom like this. I think that's better. Do I have my zoom tool ready? Nope. Let's do that. How can I forget that? How can I forget my zoom tool? Where is it? Where is it? Oops. And I want to zoom. I want to zoom. Cool. Yeah. Okay. So I published this week. Did you see it? I have a nice blog post in French, in English. I have video that I shared this week talking about this project, and I'm really looking forward to have more people participating, adding more front end, do feature requests, because I think it's useful. I think like a URL shortener, I feel my mic is too low. A URL shortener is useful for everybody, I think. So it's available, it's in GitHub, so it's there. GitHub/AzUrlShortener Shortener. It's open source, and right now I have one button deployment here, and that will deploy the backend. So the backend are Azure functions, and they save the information in table storage. Those two resources are very budget friendly. For example, to give you an idea of how much it costs, I've been running that thing for 2 weeks now, and it costs me 15 cents. So of course I'm not using it right now a lot, like it's just a URL shortener. I'm just starting to use it. I don't have tons of URL in it, but it's very, let's I don't want to have a bad connotation, but like it's very cheap. So this is cool. So that deploy to button action will deploy the backend in your Azure subscription. And if you don't have one, there's a way here to get one free. So that's cool. And then I want to clarify that also, because it looked a little bit complicated. So I want to just make it more smooth. And then how to use it. I talked about interface here, and in my mind it was really clear because it's an interface. Hey, thank you for the following, Chiron33. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Looking forward to see you in the chat. So I had the update this morning in my Streamlab, and they changed my interface. Let me put back the way I like it. Mini feed, audio mixer. I want to see this. because now I don't see the names. Where I am? I forgot to say it again. I want legacy events here. Save changes. Too small to be displayed. Too small. Okay, now I see. Chiron 33 is there, following. Cool. Some stuff is missing. We'll fix that later. I just want to see the names easily, although I see it in chat. So yeah. So here I use interface. In my mind, it was really clear what an interface is, but I think I will reword that today for front end, because it is really a front end. So you could go headless kind of thing, or using a front end. Hey Fragbird, good morning. How are you? Good morning. So, and let's go see what kind of front end we have, interface here. So right now you could go headless, and I really want to clarify that. And like when you go headless, you could be using Postman, or what was the other tool also that Mike was using? Insomnia, I think, or Insomniac, something like that. So could be using that, or like anything. And then I created on this stream with you guys, folks, I should say, like a very basic Blazor, and it's honestly, I think it's not the best design. I really need to upscale my Blazor skills. Maybe a project for this weekend, if it's raining again. if it's good temperature, I will go outside, but they announce a crappy weekend where I live, so it might be coding time. We'll see. And then I have instruction if you want to participate. So like I'm very open to have new interface, and like again, I need to change all those interface reference to front end instead. So that's what I want to do today, make it easier. And what could be cool, I think, is let me explain my thought. Is right now the way it works is you deploy the backend. Then you need to go in here and go and say, oh, I want to deploy this front end. I think like it's very simple. It's 2-click, but you know, you need to go pick blah, blah, blah. So I think is in this one here, it's really close to me. So in this button here, when it opened the form to deploy, what I could do is, hey, what front end do you want? You could have none, but right now will be only the Blazor one, so you have a choice. And if other people are adding front end, then you will have a list. So this way, in one click, you will deploy everything. So I think the experience will be better. What do you think? Oh, you got a job, cool. You wanna tell more? That must be super hard to find a new job in these days. Awesome. Well, congrats. Oh, let's do more than that.
Fantastic! Oh, fantastic!
Fantastic. It is fantastic. Wow, I'm happy for you. This is cool. This is a good time. Celebration time. Awesome. Let's go in full mode. So let's add some to-dos. Function list should return also. What? Yeah, no kidding, eh? So easy function should return also add a complete short. Oh yeah. But that's not in the backend. Yeah, it's in the backend. Okay, let's add a card. So this is a Glow interface. This is part of Git Kraken. If you're interested, Git Kraken, There's in the chat you could go /referrals. If you are on YouTube, go in the description, there's a referral links. GitKraken is free. There's pro license and stuff like that. If you use my GitKraken, it will put your names in your they give away stuff every quarter, I think, so I'll give you an opportunity, and for me it's just I'm proving that I'm a good ambassador. Yes, I am an ambassador. I'm a GitKraken ambassador. I love so much their product. They told me, Frank, be one of us. So I don't know, GitKraken a few days ago, I never used. I just love so much the globe interface. I want to use it more even for my own project. And I want to put a timeline, even for this project, a timeline could be really cool. Try to plan ahead a little bit, have milestone and things. Yeah. Yay, all because of me. Well, it is it is an awesome tool, honestly. I really I use you saw me on the stream. I use also the Visual Studio integration to do push. When it's just push, it's easy. When you want to visualize and see, okay, where is the thing, and like do a complex merge or a PR, I really like the PR interface. Like on my stream, it's a little bit easier. There's not a lot, but in other projects where there's more people, it's easier to see, okay, I want to put this. So I like that interface. Okay, so what I want to do is, how can I do that? I want to, okay, let's change interface, change the word interface by frontend. So that will be documentation, and it will definitely be an enhancement, because I think interface document flick. Is it an extension? Or it's by default? I just updated a bunch of stuff this morning. Yeah, we'll need to read that later. Is it by default the conflict interface? So this is super cool. Let me zoom here, and you know what? I will take a screenshot of that just in case it disappears, because that's a new feature I want to talk about. So this thing here, I just opened ARM template. Now I'm doing too much stuff at the same time. I just opened in Visual Studio Code the ARM template. The ARM template is a big file, look like a JSON, but it's way more than just a JSON file, and it describes the architecture for an Azure project. You deploy that thing, and it will deploy all the Azure resources you need. Just the structure, and then you could bind the codes or the artifact to go in if you want. But there's an extension called Azure Resource Manager Template Tools, I think, and they just released a new, see, like here, source, Azure Resource Manager Tools, and they just released a new version, and in this version they had a lot of very cool feature, and one of them is now they pair the parameter file with the ARM template, so you could generate a template based on your, you could generate a parameter file based on your template and stuff like that. So a parameter file blah blah has been detected. Do you want to use that as a parameter file for this? So I could do yes, or if I had multiple template, I could change that. So right now I have some pending, so I won't do it because I want to work in a different branch for that feature. But I really want that, so maybe I will close Visual Studio and reopen it to make sure I have that pop up, because I want to try that new functionality. But now let's do this. So that was an enhancement, it was documentation. I think that's good enough for the labels. Let's just add a little bit of description. The word interface is too technical. Let's use frontend instead. No. That could be also part of that one, the ducting. I forgot, can I make a parent? Not sure if I can make, let's try that. Can I do this and add a task? I'm wondering how it shows on the other end. So here I don't see any connection. I know on what it's called again, Jira, you have like kind of an epic and you have multiple. I don't know how to do that in I don't know if you can do any epic. How it reflects in here, let's have a look. So here, clarify documentation. So I have 34. It's good enough. Okay, so I have this, and another one that I want to do is deploy frontend, deploy offer, add frontend deployment in main deployment. So in the deploy and the deploy to Azure button on the front page. There you go. Comma. Offer. Oh, I feel like I'm sitting super low. Offer a selection of front-end Yep. Okay, so that is labels. That would be an enhancement. Backend. Manage label. This, let's change that for front end now. We said so let's quickly pass through the interface kind of briefly, and after that we'll start working on the deployment things. Let's do this. Okay. Yeah. So first, let's do boom, search interface. Oh, do I have folder name interface? I hope not. Deployment SRC. I think I do. No. Phew. Okay, cool. Admin tool. No. Excellent. So it's just a naming stuff. Cool. So here, Azure frontend. So that's done. Did I open, like, what's, why do I file to include all file? Yeah. So front end. Front end with the lower F again here. Here you will find a list of the available front end interface, or just front end, or maybe I just had the feeling that let's do a, you know what, before we go in this, let's do, instead of should I zoom this? That's better. Let's do a Control H. No, why it's there? I don't want that there. Control H. Ah, there it is. I want you to find interface and replace it by frontend. Front end. List of the available. Yep. Change it. How to add a new front end. Find the front end you like. Oops, here I need to. So in the list of available admin front end, so I need to change that file. No, it's a title. Would you put a S at the end of front end, or it should be always singular? Or should I say front-end interface? What's Grammarly's thinking about that? Let's try that. Grammarly. Doesn't complain about the plural. I think I will put S's. So it's a list of available admin front ends. There's multiple front ends. Okay, cool. So interface, change it. Although this time it was singular. Why did I put an S over there? Admin front end. Okay, cool. So there's no one, there's no save. Okay. So I did this here. Now let's do Control H, interface. No interface here. Excellent. How it works. Do I have any? Nope. Nope. Enter. Excellent. And now if I go in SRC, do I have... I don't have the README in SRC? Admin tool, and admin tool I think I do here. So here maybe I will have one, or did I already did it? I feel like this is a little bit big. Hey Fragbert, if you're there, now it's time to try. Shirley Dev is not there, so now it's your time to try the drop thing. The drop game. Okay, let's see. So blah 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 blah. Deploy to Azure. Hey Code How. Live coders, how are you? So Code Show, do you stream also? I'm not sure. Did I watch your show? I think I did. You do stream, right? Yeah, you do. You know what? Let's do a shout out then. So shout out to Kocho, who's like me part of the Live Coder on Twitch. Rust. Oh yeah, I saw. I forgot. Was it? I think it was on. Was it on Jeffrey Fritz? C# Fritz? You say that? Python and Rust. Rust. I have Ryan, who's my friend, who's doing Rust. A fellow colleague. And I was very, very tempted to learn Rust because it looked very interesting. But then I remember that I still need to finish learning C#. So I say, let's focus one thing at a time. You did 8 hours? That's crazy. I think the longest I did was 5. And I was exhausted after. Though now I'm like these days I'm doing 2-3 hours and I'm fine with it. So maybe like it's just an habit. Like if I was just starting, so maybe that's why I was not used yet to do it. It's a lot stressful when I'm streaming because you probably figured it out that English is not my primary language. So it required a little bit more energy. But yeah, like, you know, at the end I'm having fun, and now I accept that, you know, I'm like my English is definitely not perfect, and I just go with it and ask. Like if sometimes I'm struggling with one words, or like if a comment in the chat I don't understand, I don't understand. Can you help me to understand you? And that's it. So now I think now I'm more comfortable. I kind of accept my strength and weakness. It's not a weakness though, but you know, slow things down a little. Yeah, I usually go for 2 to 3 hours, but now I will start streaming. Oh, your work time. Oh, cool. Oh, you're not an English speaker too? Okay, well, what's your primary language? That's fun, right? The openness. Now it's just like, where are you based? I'm assuming it's somewhere in Europe, since you said you stream 8 hours today, because where I am, it's 9 a.m. Portuguese. Oh, are you in Portugal? Never been there. Though I like the wine. One of my favorite wine was... Oh no, was it? No, it was Spain. Well, I had... Yeah, I like the Portuguese wine too. Like, I like wines. But Portuguese, Spain, Italy... French also. But French, like, they like, not in a bad way, but they do anything or everything. You are in Brazil currently. Your family is from Portugal. Well, I should go when you're streaming Rust. So you said Rust was Tuesday. So I'm not streaming on Tuesday. So, oh, but it's probably super early. So what's the... I will go check your website after. Well, like, you know, it's open, so you could drop it. What? So on Tuesday. So what time zone? What time? I will watch the video on demand. Otherwise, just have a glimpse. It's probably why I didn't watch your show, because the time zone thing. Because I like to watch all the, like, not all the content, because that's like, let's share that because it's pretty cool. So if you go now on livecoders.dev, whoop, I did the typo probably. So we have a nice website now. It's available. Let's put it in the chat. livecoders.dev. So we have a website which we have a bunch of stuff, and we have a heat map, but there's something wrong with it. Hopefully it's working. So that's the heat map. So this is super cool. For every hours, you have how many of us were streaming. This is cool, right? And it's one of the live coders who lead that project, and it's on GitHub, so you could go see the repository there. And at any time, you could see, like, for I just pick here, and you see all those were live streaming. So right now, I'm assuming it's here, so you could see, right, that Friday for 9 GMT, -4, there's all those live coder that are streaming, and like, yeah, look at me, I'm here. So I cannot watch all the live coder, but I like to peek to all live coders at one point and check what they are doing, because I'm curious. Wow, 20. I was very hot. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So see here, like, there's less. Whoop. There's less here. Should try to stream there, but it's kind of early for me. 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I'm a morning guy, but that's not morning. That's night. So Tuesday, you are probably there, right? Somewhere. Oh, probably even for me it must be. Code Show, you're there. Yeah. Okay, so I could catch. So for me, if I want to watch you, I should try it on Monday's night. Yeah. So Monday's night I could catch your stream. Maybe next week. Okay, so this is done. Oh yeah, okay, so I just want to catch up, see if I forgot anything here. One should blah 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 blah. I think this is looking good. Blazor admin. What? Oh no, my keycap. Let's put some space in there. Whoop. Yeah, admin Blazor website frontend deployment. Yep. Yep. Okay, that's cool. So I think I can push that to our branch, and now we switch to the deployment and start the hard work for today. My stream happen usually. Oh yeah, so I read that. I would like to stream earlier, but I have a kid. Yeah. No kidding, huh? I have a daughter, but she's old, like she's close to 18 years old. So like it's not like if it was a young kid, but still, you need to take care of them. Oh, cool. Thanks for the YouTube comments. It's nice. I have a lot of fun doing my YouTube video. I like a lot of fun sharing. Period. That's why I start streaming, even if it was super frightening for me to do it. This way I don't feel alone. When I do the YouTube, I'm alone. I do the thing, you work, and then you publish, and like your finger crossed thing, oh, will it work on the stream? Like, you know, if it's not good, then you know right away. And I'm super lucky because people sometimes they say that like the community could be hard, but for me it was always very kind of easy. Like people were super nice with me. So okay, so that's cool. So and it was 34. So that's done. I like the little bar here they put. It's nice. Okay, so now this is done. Now let's go and let's go change the branch. Oh, we'll push it. Right, push it. Cool. So now I want to do another branch from master. And I should call that. I have a lot of default URL. Oh, I could delete that. Let's do some cleanup. Delete default URL. We changed that at the last stream. Click stat. that's also done. I can delete that. Binding, I want to keep it. I should work on that. Docs, we're working on that. Interface. Now we change interface for front end. Okay, so let's create a branch from master. Oh, it will be confusing. How can I do that? Oh, who's that? It's Kocho. One thing, Kocho, that you can try that is not explained nowhere is you can try drops. Drop! Exclamation point drop in the chat. I'm using one of the InstaFluff widget, so you could have some fun. Well, you know, if Frag... Oh, that was Fragbird. There. It's not true, Fragbird. Like, Fragbird, it's not that you're not good. Maybe not lucky, but you don't need any talent. And I'm sorry, who was Code Show? I caught your stuff. Let's try again. I'm sorry. Switching scene can sell your stuff. So try again. You have an hour, Fragbird, to try it. So yeah. So if I because I change a lot of things, I think I should finish my branch. I was really looking forward to do that. But if I do, I'm changing a lot of text and everything, so when I will be merging again, it will be a nightmare. Except if I'm doing it. If I do my new branch from feature, what I can do, did I bring? So in there, yeah, I merge master into feature, so I have, okay, so I'm fine, I have the thing. So if I do my new branch from docs, finish docs, and make sure I publish docs before I'm publishing the one click, then I will be fine. Because I think it's more interesting having me today working on the conditional ARM template than working on the documentation. Oh, did you score anything? I didn't check, I'm sorry. I missed it. Did you score something, Kocho? Like every minute you can try again. And if you want, you could put you can put an emoji after, and it will drop the emoji. Oops, here. Oops. I think, yeah, I said I want to work on that. I think I want to, like, it's the weekend, maybe some people will start working, so I think it's better if I focus on documentation then. and maybe tonight I can start working on that. Maybe I could stream again, but at least Duck will be done. Yeah, so I think I will stay in Duck for today. Sorry if it was like I was already had some Duck prepared to do some conditional deployment thing, but we'll focus on the Duck. So I should change my working blah blah blah. Documentation is important. Changing the title. Changing the title of the stream. A nice thing also I want to do eventually is right now in the shortener we have, let's go roll back quickly. So this is all the resource that when you deploy, you have it like when you deploy the backend, and one of them is Application Insight. So that's a free service that you can have it in Azure, and it collects a lot of information. So for example, if I go and say 7 days, I see that, you know, probably when I publish my video on YouTube, come on, had a lot of traffic and people trying or going over there, so I could see now how long was the thing, if I had some errors. I have a lot of information and I could dig, so I want to bubble that up also eventually. I have one of my colleagues that is really interested of doing that, but you can go in failure. It was behind my head, failure, and now you see, oh, like he had error, so I have 54 errors. Oh, maybe it was when yeah, that cover when I was working, right? So yeah, so that covers some, you know, trial and errors. Should definitely try to bubble that up, have some kind of interface. So like there's a lot of information we'll be able to eventually. Right now I'm kind of working on the basic, but I want to have all that information where you could dig into it and have all that information, so it'll be super cool. So that's kind of included inside Azure URL Shortener for free. And right now, if I go in budget, if I go, let's open, if I go cost management and I go cost analytics and I go and show me this. So now it's the Azure Shortener accumulated. You could see that it doesn't cost much. 12 Canadian cents is very little. Like I said, I'm just starting to use that tool. I don't have like millions of URL, so you know there's only a few URL that are used. But you know, even having the resource, that's the beauty of it. Having the resource waiting, doing nothing, costs you nothing. So just when you use it, like storage you always pay, but storage is very, very, very low expense. So right now it's extremely cheap. Love that. I love that idea. So okay, so let's focus because time is flying. It's already been an hour. Oh, and it remembers, like I should do that, like I don't do that often. So you know what, let's do 30-second ads. Where is the 30-second ads? 30-second ads. So we'll add 30-second ads, so just to avoid when people are joining to have an ads, and we'll get back after. Let me know if you're still with me. So now the ads is running. If you're still with me, it means you're lucky. Cool. So I had some how it works documentation. So that's the full readme. Oh yeah, post configuration, I want to change that. I think everyone should be back, right? Did you see an ad? What was it about? Was it some Prime TV show? Okay, let's focus on what I did start. So this is when I go to how it works. Cool. Oh, I'm back in master. That's why I was like, hey, things are missing. Ducks. What? Oh, did I change stuff? Yep. Yep, I did. Let's discard. Cool. Go in ducks. Excellent. I want to just push that down a little bit here. Boom. Okay, how it works. So Azure function are a perfect match for that, because when you use dynamic blah 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 blah, only function running. In our case, it's only a few seconds at a time. How many? Cool. In our case, it's only a few seconds at a time. To know more, read blah 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 blah. Now let's give a little bit more detail about the function and like the input and output. So the URL click stat. This function returns the statistic of the URL. The output. Oh, I needed some kind of output, right? Let's do a postman. Let's start also the project. So I will have the function running locally. So I have multiple color of Visual Studio Code. I'm using an extension called Peacock inside Visual Studio Code. It was written by John Papa, so Peacock like this, and it's really helpful. So that's the logo just here. I'm looking at my stream instead of my screen. Peacock, it's written by John Papa, wrote a bunch of very interesting and useful interface. That one I like because when you have multiple Visual Studio open, you could put a color around it, so it helps you to know the context. Very useful. And the reason why I'm opening different Visual Studio is I have an extension again to run locally the Azure functions, and it runs well when they are open at the root level. So this project in blue, that's the full project. Like that's the root of the GitHub project where I have all the deployment, the image, the source for the backend, the front ends, everything. The purple one, and I use purple because it's a C# color. That's, if we look here, I am at the root of close. So I am at the root of my project. So if I want to run it, it will be easier because now the context, they know, oh, like that's the root to just run. It works. The experience is better. Talking about running, I will just run it. Yes. run it. And we'll be able to call it from our interface. URL shortener. Do I have stats? I think I don't have stats. But I could totally change that because this is not create empty asset. That's another project. So I want to call this one. So that's this. We'll change the title for local. Do this. I didn't put any content type, so content type, content, headers. Oh, there it is. And it's application JavaScript, internal error. URL click stats. Oh yeah, I need, for that one I need to specify the URL. See, that's a thing, that's why I'm creating that documentation, because it's not clear, right? URL click stat. If we open that, let's close this page. I'm expecting a URL click stat request, and that's URL, where is it? URL click stat request. It requests a key, a vanity. Right, so in my requests, in my body, oh, I had something. Oh yeah, okay, that's why it was not working. Let's do this, and it was Z test 10, I think, I forgot. That's another thing. This thing doesn't play well. What? Oh, so I had it, but I just didn't save it. Don't save. That was low. Oh, Z10 test. Okay. Internal error. Internal error. Wow. I am really bad at that. Let's do URL list. Okay, so at least this work. And let's do docs. Let's do docs. So here, let's do docs. Okay, it still failed. So what's the problem? No media type formatter is available for application JavaScript. Oh, no. Application JSON. Where is it? It's JSON something. Ah, voila. When you put the good type, it worked. Okay, cool. So let's go back in the doc. So the output will be this. And the input will be that. Okay, so now I just need, the backend is using Azure function. We send it work together. So I should specify you can call it directly doing an HTTP request of type post with header content type equal to application JSON. Passing the vanity. In the body as show below. I think that's clear, right? Let's wrap. No, let's wrap. Oh, I don't see everything when I wrap. That's interesting. Now I see everything. Strange. No, like, I don't see everything. Why? Oh, maybe because I'm zoomed in? So here, We have this, then you will see timeline, the rule key. I should just put some trash in here. So this function will return the statistic for a specific URL. You can call it directly, doing an HTTP request of type post with the header content type equal to applications, passing the vanity of that specific URL in the body as shown below. Is it shown like that? Shown below? As shown below? As shown below? Cool. So now let's copy this text, put it there. Now we are working for URL list. So this function will return a list of all URLs created previously, including the clicks count. You can call directly doing a HTTP post. Is it post? I think it's post. It's still post, right? Or it's a get. I think I set everything. No, it's a get. I think I did both on that one. Content type. No. This one is a get. Okay. Of type get. Passing content type application JSON. Voila. No input required. Period. And output. Blah 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 blah. That's cool. Let's do the redirect. This function will return a web page. And it's also a post. It's also a get, it's both, but then like get, you need to pass. It should be just post, shouldn't be get. This function will return a web page. A redirect call will return a redirect HTTP redirect. Yeah, will return a HTTP redirect to the web page, the URL of the web page. HTTP. Let's put HTTP in uppercase. HTTP redirect to the web page matching the URL to the HTTP request to the URL. You can call it directly by doing a HTTP post with the other and pass or you can call it directly. Oh yeah, let's change that. Okay. Let's do another little paragraph here. You can also call it without you could also call it it's also called, yeah, it's also the function call by default I don't know how to say that. When nothing is like, you know, the proxy will also call, yeah, okay. So there is also a Azure function proxy that will call it if no function, no specific function, no specific function there's also a Azure why it's so complicated, like it should be simple. There is also an Azure function proxy that will call it if no specific Azure function is present. Let's put an example, I think it will clarify. For example, if my domain is if the domain, not my, if the domain is, let's put that in italic, and the vanity let's put that between oh yeah, so the type post or get. That's why it's both. I was like, what? We'll call so you could also, so that means that I could be calling, where is it? Is it in terminal? Never try that, I think. So that's a get. Let's try something. So if I do this and I do a post, I don't think it will work. Can I put I don't think I can put that in the never try. I just want to try if that also works. I think no. So that's the body. In the header, let's put content type. And let's put application JSON should fail. Yeah, not found. What if I put docs? It will work. Yep. Okay. On this page. So this is a little bit different. So you can call it directly doing an HTTP request type post or get, passing the vanity at the end of the URL I think it will be the Azure function proxy will call the function passing the parameter. For example, if domain is blah blah blah, event blah blah blah, so this call will call blah blah blah, where I think that's kind of okay right now. Let's do this. Let's do that. Cool. So now we have this. So now the URL shortener, it's kind of the prime one. So this function will return the no, what? Oh no, yeah, it's a copy paste. I was like, well, that's not true at all. So this function creates the short version of our URL and return the information. Oh, there's one thing also here I should mention. So this function return an HTTP blah 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 blah. It will also every times the Azure function is called, it will increment the click counts click counter, and save save the click count and save the timestamp. When this call happened. Okay, so this function create the short version of our URL and return the information about it. You can call it directly by doing a HTTP post with the other blah blah blah, passing the long URL, So now for the output we need this is let's put some documentation. Let's put azure.com or something like that. Bang, bang, bang. JSON, enter. Voila. Passing the URL and an optional vanity. If no vanity is specified, one will be automatically generated for you. Wait, what? Okay. Let's put something. So I put let's put something like this. And here it will be it's not very long URL though. The short version is as long as the long one. I should have something let's put that. Let's put something longer because it's a little bit silly. Let's put documentation. Let's put Azure function. It's not long enough. Create first function in C#. Yeah, that's a little bit longer at least. Otherwise, it sounds like yeah. And let's change that for AZ Funk. Hey, thanks for the following, Viglu. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Looking forward to see you in the chat. We are working some polishing the documentation of the tool Azure URL Shortener that is available in GitHub. And I'm just trying to make it super clear so people can use it very easily. Yeah. So that's what we're working on today. And if I'm done quickly enough, though, I see the time fly. The plan is to also have, right now we have, so the project is in GitHub. So let me drop the URL for you in the chat. Oh, thank you. You love my, you think, well, awesome. Like, really appreciate it. So like that's a project I did. And I wanted to make it as simple as possible for anybody and everybody to use it, because I think a URL shortener is kind of the tool that everyone wants. So right now, like the tool is really in two kind of part. You got the back end and the front end, and the goal was on purpose because I want people to have multiple front end, like the front end you want, and customize it, and like, you know, could have different needs. So right now it was one click deploy for the backend, and then you go in the interface, that in the front end section, and you pick the front end. So maybe this weekend, maybe next week on a stream. I was planning to do it today, but then I need to finish documentation first. I think it was higher in the priority. I want to, when you click that, I will ask you, do you want front end, no front end? Which front end? It will deploy whatever, so it will be one click, deploy everything. I think that will be way better experience. So that's the goal. But right now I'm just adding some documentation. I had some colleague who were trying it, and like the backend is like, he doesn't know much about like C# and stuff like that, so he was not sure. And because of that, I thought, oh, you know what, I think I will just explain a little bit more how it works. I didn't put too much effort in it first because in my mind I didn't want to have too much complexity. So see here, I just had a how it works section, so you could expand it if you are interested. And we are now populating this page. So that's what I'm doing today. So did you see the blog post about the Azure URL Shortener? And by the way, if you want to know everything you can do in the chat, you could do ! commands. That will show you a bunch of commands you can do. And there's one that is not there yet, and it's drop. So you could do ! drop, and that will start a game in the UI. And it's a game that was done by Instafluff. Instafluff is a live coder. It's part of the team Live Coder. I'm part 2, and Showcode is also part of it. I don't know if Showcode, you're still there. We are a few developers there that stream multiple different language all day long. Example of body without vanity, boom. Let's put that in bold so it's clear what it is. So width. Oh, you know what? I think I will do. Should I do like? I think I will regroup instead. Without, it will be expected input output, and without expected expected. Should I do that? Is it clear if I keep? Yeah, I think I will do that. No, I like it that way. Like that's the input. We're not expecting result. Yeah. Cool, so now you have it. So blang, bing, bada boing, perfect. So I think that's much clearer now. We have much more information on that. Cool. So now let's add some documentation about table storage. I want to make sure people can dig in if they are interested, or just passed over if they don't care. So storage and Storage Explorer. I couldn't mention that. That's cool. Is it the file storage? No, it's like I want table storage. I see queue, I don't see table anymore. Okay, if I go in queue, can I cheat and do this? Yes, you can, Frank. Of course you can. This could be good for me. Lately I was feeling like I need purpose. When you talk to me, give me the impression that I won't scratch your surface. I could walk for days, searching for a praise. Okay, sorry about that. Got distracted. Where are we? Okay, let's close this. Okay, so here. The Azure table storage or the data store in this project. There are two tables. Just wanna, let's put the link here. Right, and that's why I should use. So the content of this article is now. Okay, yeah, okay, so now there's now a premium offering going to the. Okay, that's fine. Let's make a just so the Azure table storage are they are a very convenient blah 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 convenient convenient. I don't know how to write. Dang it. Come on. Convenient. Oh. Like this. Voila, that's good enough. So there's two tables that will be created automatically at the first time the application needs it. I don't know how to say that correctly. There's two tables that will be automatically created. Yeah, that will be automatically created at the first call. Voila. Oh yeah, I didn't mention. Okay, let's focus on that. So there's not much in that table. If I go in Perso and then in URL Shortener, what? Oh no, disk, not disk. Tables. So click stat. Save a new entry at every call of the Azure function. No, it was URL redirect. Basically, the only information is the date time. So the click stat table doesn't do anything. Get a new entry at every call of the function with the date time. The date time value. That's it. Then the blah 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 table has all the information about as the information about all the URLs created. And that will be the row key, the vanity, just want to mention here, you can explore the Azure table storage from the Azure portal, or using the Azure Storage Explorer. Let's put, I had that somewhere. No? I thought it. Yep, it's there. So your function, vglue is asking, your function is a serviceless, and using the table you try to save something, timestamp, etc. If we will run artillery with your function, it runs load your function at a timestamp can be not enough. Oh yeah, so that was like at one point timestamp, like you're right, like artillery you could scale up and it was just like kind of flood the information. The goal of that was just to have an idea of when the function was called. So for example, you would like to know, oh, like you know, between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. I had that many calls. It's not to be super precise. We have application inside that runs also in the backend that has information. In the future, we might extract some information from an application inside. There's a ton of information, the failure, how long was the call, that all that is part of Azure, part of the system. I don't track that. Right now I'm just tracking the clicks, and I thought, you know, like it could be cool to have some kind of timeline where you see how many calls you had. That's why I put timestamp, and I thought like to the minutes it was good enough. Like I don't care if it was between, like, you know, how many second precise. It just like, you know, I want to have an idea. So by minute was way more than I needed, so that's why I put that. How many can so like in both function and table storage are high availability, so they can take a lot of load. They will scale automatically, so that's the beauty of it. But maybe if it's maybe if you know it will be used by a system that will, you know, send thousands of requests by second or something like that, maybe we could put an endpoint and scale a gateway so everything will scale, and maybe queue them or something. But I'm not sure for URL shortener. Like I think function and storage by default will be able to take that kind of load. I like, you know, on purpose, yep, you can make it crash. Not crash, but like, you know, get throttle. I could add stuff, but the point was to have a budget-friendly tool. So if I had more stuff, like instead of storage, I could have used a SQL database or Cosmo DB, like way more robust and super fast, but then like it's more expensive. So I was really like, for now, like I've been running this for 2 weeks, it cost me 12 Canadian cents. So that was the main stuff. Yeah, the logs are pretty cool. So when you go in application inside, we still have a, so here I have application inside open, and you see the availability, the performance. I could go in the performance. Now I have like all the calls and stuff. I could go and dig into, see when exactly it was called, what was the call and everything. There's a lot of information that I can extract, and that's part of Azure. It will stay there for a few days. So that's why I'm saying maybe I should extract that or aggregate or something with that. But right now we're not there. Like the project right now is kind of new, so I'm counting the clicks, keeping track of, you know, timestamp, like a date time. So you can go by minutes. So you can explore Azure Table from the Azure portal or using the Azure Storage Explorer. It's a nice free tool that is available on all platforms. You know what? Let's put Mac OS, Linux, and Windows. So yep, now I think we have some kind of documentation that is clear. I like that. So one thing I want to do is here I want to create a new branch. Let's do dev. I thought I had a dev branch. Excellent. So now I will go. Did I? Yeah, so I'll push that. Finish. Oh, it works. Oh, it works. Works. Yeah, works. After 15 times, you can write a word. Let's push it. Cool. So now if I go in the branch ducks, I was supposed to do, so if we go in there, so add a root, that's done, right? It's there. So now you have the how it works. If you click here, it brings you to how it works. So that's done. Next we had add a page artworks to explain the function one by one. We did it. Add application type header. We also did it. So let's validate how it works. So let's control click just to be sure. So that's work. So now we have function click stat, return the stat for a specific, see, like when you do call the click stat, you have all that. Function list will return that. Why this is red? That I don't understand. Or maybe because it's invalid. This, okay. Table storage and blah blah blah. Oh, let's try the links. You make sure it works. Excellent. So it looked like all the documentation is done. So let's merge that into, and maybe I should, yeah, we'll remove that, like the comma and the 3 dots, so my JSON is correctly formatted. So we'll remove the red, and like you understand with the square bracket that this is an array of object. So I think it's clear enough. and we'll push that to dev, and then from dev we'll merge it to master. So from here, let's remove this. Booyah! Oh, but then we miss this thing. Voila. Oh yeah, that was one thing where it was. I think it was in the Postman section, but I think I already fixed that. So if I go in how to use it, now I have a front end here, and if I go in Postman, okay, and now I have the security code. Cool. Read here to get the URLs, find the URLs function, for each function. Let's put that in underline or uppercase or highlighted. So that's in which page? So we are in post deployment configuration. So in the post deployment configuration, now for each function, yeah, okay, so cool. So we have that. Let's push this back in here. Quick fix. Voila. We stage everything. Commit. Excellent. Let's push. I click left and right at the same time. Excellent. So now let's merge docs into dev. No, let's do this. Let's bring dev. Now let's, can I do like this? Fast forward dev into docs. No, say the other way around. Merge feature dev. Yeah. Cool. So now I want to push it. So now in dev I should have everything. If I switch in dev, yeah, now I have all my new stuff, and now I could do my PR. Cool. Because I wanted to create a dev branch, so that's why I did this way. Like all that fancy stuff is that's fancy in GitHub. Like you should, you know, you always dance like that. Like that's how it works. If in case you didn't know. Frank, why you do that? So now I want to do a PR, and it will be merging the 3432. Yep. Let's create the pull request. Let's view it on GitHub. Cool. So we have all that. So now let's merge it. Cool. Oh, I didn't assign that. I should have assigned that to me. Now it's kind of useless, but cool. Cool. So now if I go back in code, so now we have this, how to deploy, how to use it, how it works. If you're interested to know more about how it works, yeah, click here. Cool. Now, oh, how it works, Azure function. Oh, it's so cool, excellent. Now Azure, and I should have, you know, I think one thing that could be cool, I could put here a schema where you see the back end and the front end. Or maybe I should put that in here, like at the root, could have like a little image, how it works, having like, hey, like front end, back end, like let's, if you want to know more about the back end, click here. That could be cool. Yeah. Okay, good point. Let's add that thing in the board. Ah, tá bom. That was loud. I'm sorry. Oh, man. Whoa. I freaked out. I was so much expecting no one. Like for a second, I thought someone was standing beside me. Whew. I jumped. What's the name of the Android Siri kind of thing? Like, wow, she made me jump. It made me jump because it's a hit. Wow. What I was doing here? Oh yeah, making a task to add a schema. To see all the components of the system, of the solution. Cool. So that's cool. Let's put some labels. So that will be a documentation. That could be an enhancement. It's a good first issue. Help wanted, definitely. Yep. So if you want to do it, vglue, just clone the repo, add that, and do a PR, and you will see your name here if you're interested in the contributor list. That's cool. No rush, so I won't put any dates or anything, any milestone. You know, just it's a nice to have. Yep. If you're like no obligation, just like if you feel to. Otherwise, I will probably do it this weekend, but yeah, that's cool. So we have a lot of stuff. Like, it was a good, like, I'm happy now the doc is clear. So next time I could just focus and work on the, oh, like we could now go here and just get back our master branch up to date. Cool. So yeah, so next time I will be able to have focus only on the documentation. Not on the documentation, but the one deployment click thing. So maybe tonight or tomorrow or this weekend I will stream again. I will be working on that because that could be interesting, the conditional thing. I have some recording for channel 9 on Monday, so maybe I will be busy this weekend, but if I have time, that could be cool. Yep, okay. So you know what, now let's find if another, I know there's plenty of them, but let's see who's streaming in the live coder. So let's go Twitch and then Teams, live coders. There's
and before you say
coding,
anything,
let's mute
this is
please. Coding Garden. Coding Garden is doing some React. That could be cool. Oh, there's fun. Well, that could be interesting. Let's do that. Let's go see fun. Let's go see fun. Fun function. Where is it? Where is my raid button? Where is my raid button? Stay with me. How many of us? There's only 3. I'm not sure I will raid for 3. We'll just look stupid. How many are we? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you know what? I would say let's see you next week. If you're interested again, download the continue with like, yes, I will. You mean raiding fun or continuing my project Viglu? The project, yeah, okay, so yeah, no problem for the project. I have intent to do that. I want to do also a CI/CD for this project because now every time I want to upgrade my solution, it's simple, just need to sync it, but you know, it would be cool if it was all automatic. So there's plenty of work to do, so multiple stream coming. We'll continue to have some fun. So next stream will be on Wednesday. That's the schedule stream. Otherwise, now that you are a subscriber, you will be noticed, but notice you will have a notification. But next stream on Wednesday. Otherwise, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow or this weekend. We'll see how it goes. Bye bye.